So this is a typical project that we would be engaged in, whereby a group of investors wanted to, relaunch or repurpose a building. So it involves working quite closely with the architect in terms of remodeling and redesigning the entire layout of the building. We plan the project in a great deal of detail and agree schedules with the customer and agree costs. And then we work in a focused way over a defined period of time to carry out all the tasks in the building to remodel it in accordance with the design brief. Okay, this is typical of the type of project that we get involved in, which is a case where people want to repurpose the building from one use into a different one. It involves working closely with the architect to redefine and redesign the entire spaces inside the building. This room is a good example of how we were able to work closely with the customer, designing and creating this particular space. Which involved a lot of changes and working closely on a day-to-day basis to deliver exactly what it was that our customer wanted. In the end, they were very happy with the room, and it turned out exactly in accordance with what they had in mind. What's very important in any project of this type is to look at all the opportunities for improving energy performance in the building. So during the project stage, we must look at every opportunity as to how energy can be conserved in the building. That means installing insulation wherever we can, or looking at any technology that's operating in the building to see how it can be improved or enhanced or made more efficient. That means working closely together with designers and architects in a planned fashion to work out exactly what needs to be delivered, and then programming in a project phase of work where we can deliver the changes that are required to the building within a specified budget and within a specified period of time. What's critical in this day and age, in any refurbishment of a building like this, is that we make sure that we look at all the opportunities for improving the energy performance of the building. It's a key opportunity during a refurbishment phase when people are out of the building, when walls are being removed, etc., to take the opportunity to install and fit as much insulation as possible into the building. Insulation is the single most cost-effective way of improving the energy performance of a building. So it's absolutely essential to take the opportunity as far as possible to improve that aspect of the building. What's really critical in any commercial refurbishment of a building such as this is that the opportunity is taken to look at improving the energy performance of the building wherever possible. The first and most obvious thing is to install as much insulation as is needed in the building to conserve the heat energy in the building. That's something we have to make sure that we do in any commercial refurbishment such as this. In terms of project delivery, the most important thing from the customer's point of view is to deliver the project on time. That means from a project management point of view, always trying to be aware of any issues that may derail the project or upset delivery of the project. So what is always critical is to anticipate any issues that arise in the project and then to make sure they're dealt with in a very, very upfront and timely fashion and brought under control so that within a fairly short period of time they're under control, they're no longer threatening and adding risk to the project delivery. The primary focus during a project to refurbish a building such as this has to be on project management. So that means that we've got to manage the cost the whole way through the project, but also to keep focused at all times on delivery of the deadline of the project. Things will come up along the way that will almost derail the project process. So the key thing is, from a management point of view, to anticipate and identify any issues like that and then deal with them very, very quickly and bring them back under control so they don't have any impact on the overall delivery of the project. In the case of this particular project, the volume of work practically doubled during the project phase itself. But by carefully managing resources and timelines in the project, we were able to be successful in terms of delivering the project within the original timeline, which was very satisfactory from the business objectives of our customer. One of our functions during a project phase is to make sure that we're listening to the changing or developing requirements that happen during the project. For example, installation of CCTV, or perhaps a nurse call system that's needed in guest bedrooms. What we need to do in that case is to research the technology and then deliver cost-effective solutions in a timely manner. Is it music or is it pornography? Or just a mixture of the two? Okay, follow me. Here's an example of a space that's been completely remodeled in terms of moving and adjusting the location of walls. The critical thing here is to remain focused on the details right through to the end of the project to make sure that we can deliver the right quality of decorative finish. Here's an example of a space that's been completely remodeled. This was originally 3 rooms, but now it's been reorganized into one single space. The critical thing here is to keep a focus of attention on the details right through to the end to make sure that we get the right quality of decorative finish. This bathroom has been finished out in a natural stone marble tile, which gives it a very high quality and attractive finish. One of the most critical functions is that we keep a sharp focus on costs at all stages throughout the project. That means that in everything that's done and planned into the project, that a view is maintained in terms of managing costs at a level acceptable to the overall project budget. A critical aspect is to keep a sharp eye to costs at all stages throughout the project. To do that, at every stage along the way, we need to keep focused on cost and make sure that cost always remains within what's available to the project budget.